I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and I already pulled the cards, but I had technical issues, so I wanted to keep going with the reading, so I just decided to start from here. As always, take what resonates and leave what does not. So for what you may be struggling with, we have the Queen of Swords, Temperance, and the Ace of Cups. For what it is in the you need to focus on, we have the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Pentacles, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. And for future energies, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Chariot. For overall energy, we have the Page of Swords. So I feel like with this energy here, like what wants to come in for you, or like your future energies, I feel like it's not holding yourself back from opportunities that present them to you that may be different or that are out of the ordinary for yourself. Like, don't automatically say it's a no, and to explore those opportunities that may come in, or that fulfillment, and looking for fulfillment in different areas than usual. I feel like you want fulfillment on a higher level, but the problem is that you keep looking for it in the same area, and it hasn't changed, and it's not changing, because I feel like there's almost like a leveling up or a different area where you have to look for that fulfillment, and you have to be open to those possibilities and not shut them down. I kind of feel like it's like if you're always living in the same neighborhood, that it's always going to be the same experience, and it's only going to reach to a certain level, right? But if you branch outside of the neighborhood and you look to different towns and different countries and different areas, your wealth of knowledge expands so big, because you've given yourself that opportunity to look in different areas, to expand outside of your circle or your bubble or your neighborhood. And I feel like that's what this reading is to be open to those different experiences, that if you want that fulfillment, that you have to see things from a different perspective. So in this challenge, like, I feel it's between your heart and your head, right? That you're trying to make choices and decisions, and you're trying to, I almost feel like there's a situation where you're like, part of you is it's with your head, and part of you it's with your heart, and you're trying to find this balance between this thing, whatever it is that you're struggling with, and you're trying to find that balance within yourself as to the choice and decision that you want to make. And I feel like you have to be open, like I was saying over here, is that you have to be open to all of the opportunities to explore those different neighborhoods. And what you need to look at is, that, again, that same energy, is that there could be opportunities beyond that circle, beyond that bubble, right? Those experiences that you don't even realize that are out there, because you've just limited yourself. So it's like you're holding yourself back because you're limiting yourself. You're saying, nope, I only can find opportunities, I only can find relationships, I only can find jobs within this circle, like within this area, right, within this neighborhood. And I feel like you have to see that there's other opportunities, there's other things out there, and to branch out and to give yourself that opportunity, and to realize that, okay, this isn't what it's all about. That there are other things beyond this, that there are other things beyond this circle or this neighborhood, and to explore those and give yourself that opportunity. And I feel like this is kind of, I feel like part of you is realizing that, but then there's also part of you that's holding you back from that. So I feel like you almost have to let yourself go. Right, to let yourself go to explore those opportunities. And if you feel that you need to go back to your circle or your neighborhood, to where you feel safe, and then to build up your strength and branch out again, then that's what you can do. It doesn't have to be that there's no turning back once you do that, but you have to give yourself an opportunity in the first place to even try it, right? To even explore it, to even see it, to even do it. I feel I kind of feel that it has to do with finances or a job, and I kind of feel like, or career opportunities, that it's almost like you've always kind of stayed in the same area, but you haven't given yourself to branch out and explore what other areas there are to it, what other possibilities there are to this career that you have. Especially this Ten of Pentacles really seems to be standing out to me. And I feel like this can bring you a level of emotional fulfillment that you hadn't felt before. Instead of it feeling like you're on the hamster wheel or you're on the grind or you're always doing the same thing, that this kind of branches out, and I feel that it taps into your creativity, your creative side, and it's something that you haven't done recently. And I did a reading the other day about creativity and exploring that, and giving yourself that opportunity, that it gives you a level of fulfillment that maybe you had not experienced. But I feel like that's one of those building blocks, is that when you satisfy that creativity side, that helps you to build your confidence and to feel strong about exploring things in different areas of your life, other areas of your life. And I feel like it's a sense of empowerment and strength and grounding energy, and I feel like it kind of helps to build that foundation within yourself and that belief that you have within yourself. Because I feel like this is what you're questioning over here. You're like, I really don't know which way to go. I'm really not sure what to choose. I'm not sure what to do. And I'm questioning myself, and I'm being wishy-washy. I feel like this right here, I feel like you're being wishy-washy about something. And it could be about a job or an opportunity or exploring new opportunities. And I feel like you have to realize, okay, this is what I'm doing, and am I denying myself opportunities here for that fulfillment? Not only I feel financial fulfillment, but I feel emotional fulfillment too, because you're exploring the creativity, but it's also bringing in a financial success too, and a career, and it's almost like a new path. It's like you're moving to another country, right? That you're moving out of your neighborhood with this here, with this Ace of Pentacles. And with the Four of Wands, I feel like it's, it's building new partnerships, building new relationships, building new opportunities. And and you feel stronger about that, right? Because you have this Queen of Swords where you're like, okay, I feel confident. Like I'm laying that solid foundation within myself to feel confident, to build these new relationships, to build these new connections, right? To build these new opportunities for myself. And I feel that this really brings in a lot of strength and power within yourself. And I think that's absolutely amazing. But you have to get out of this wishy-washy stage. You have to progress, and you have to move on. You have to move on from that back and forth. It's almost like, making that decision and just going with it and not worrying about where it's going to go, but embracing that moment of that decision and working within the now, right? Not worrying about, the past, I've done this before, or whatever that negativity is from the past that you're bringing forward, and not having the anxiety of the future. Well, what if this doesn't this, and what if this doesn't that? Because those are the things that are stopping you when you're looking at the past and the future. But when you embrace the now and you say, okay, this is what I feel comfortable with. This is the choice that I want to make, and I'm going to see this through, and I'm going to see where this leads me, but I'm going to put my 100% effort into this decision that I'm making now, whatever this has to relates to you and your decision. And being all in the moment, not like, well, I'm going to stick my toe in, or I'm going to kind of do it, but I'm not going to kind of do it. And that's where you become wishy-washy. So I feel like the biggest thing is to get past that wishy-washiness. Right? All right, let's grab a Star Dragons. We have the Wisdom, asking questions, asking yourself that questions. I love that, asking questions. Wisdom, learning, right? Learning from, okay, when I was wishy-washy and I didn't commit to something 100% and I wasn't in the moment, this is what's happened, right? What happened when I did that? And I just feel like for you, it's just being just not holding yourself back. I feel like there's something that you want to do. There's something you want to accomplish. There's a goal that you want to do. There's something that you want to explore. And I feel that it's something that's going to make you very happy. And it's going to help you to feel more control of the direction and the guidance of your life, right? That you're going to feel like, okay, I'm living my life. I'm making the decisions for me. That I'm building my own solid foundation for myself. And that I'm doing these things for me. And that's a huge sense of power. That's a huge sense of emotional fulfillment, right? With that Nine of Cups, and attaining that and achieving that. And it gives you that self-empowerment. And I feel like that's the path that you are trying to go on and that you want to go on. And you have to pursue it, right? Obviously, I'm not telling you what you have to do, but you need to make the choices that are best for you. But I also feel like it's looking at, okay, am I being wishy-washy? Am I kind of doing things, and I'm kind of scratching the surface, but I'm not really being dedicated to them. All right, let's grab a Whispers of Healing. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, the links are down below. Also, if you like this reading, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. So we have ruminate. What is that energy that you are, are you putting out this energy where you're back and forth and you're indecisive and you're not really sure, and what is that energy that you are putting out there? And then we have awareness, being aware of what is it that you're ruminating, what is the energy that you're putting out there, being more self-aware of what you're doing or what you're not doing. So kind of as an example, which it just kind of, when it said ruminate and what is that energy and being wishy-washy and back and forth, which made me realize that yesterday when I was at the barn with my horse, I don't know if you know anything about riding, but when you're riding a horse, you have a walk, and then you have a trot, which is a little faster, and then you have a canter, which is a faster beat. It's not running, it's not being crazy, but it's something that has always caused me to have some anxiety when I ask my horse for the canter, because there's been a few times he's not, he's working on it, I'm working on it. And I was talking to my friend about it, and I said, I know that what I do is that with my legs, I'm putting pressure on him to go into the canter, but with my hands, I'm pulling him back because I'm being wishy-washy. I'm saying, I want you to canter, but no, I don't want you to canter, because I have that anxiety of going at that faster speed that it makes me nervous. But it's something that I really enjoy and I like doing. It's an amazing feeling that when we're doing it and we're cantering along, it's this connection that you have, and it's going faster, and it's a feeling you can't quite describe. So, but as I feel that it relates to this reading is that I give my horse mixed signals, and that's what my friend was telling me is you're giving him mixed signals, because with your legs you're saying go forward, but with your hands you're saying pull back. And she's like, you've got to stop that. Like, you have to, hold on to the saddle with your hands, or I have like this grab strap that I can hold on to. And she's like, hold on to that, but ask with your feet, but know that you're safe by holding on to the grab strap, to help yourself feel settled, and that you have to be 100% when you're asking him for this, because if you're confused, he's going to be confused, and that's where problems are going to start. So that's the same energy that I'm feeling here, is that if you're wishy-washy and you're saying, yes, I want to do this, but then you're not really doing it and you're holding back, and you're like, well, I'm kind of afraid of what's going to happen with it, but then I really want to do it. So it's kind of having that self-awareness. Like, I had that self-awareness yesterday of what was that I was doing and what it is I need to work on with my horse in order to make it more comfortable for us. And once I do it enough times, then it just becomes natural, because I used to have the problem at the trot. I would be afraid to ask for the trot. So then I've practiced enough to where it doesn't affect me anymore. And so now I have to go to the next level with a canter. So I feel like that's with you too, is to kind of realize, have that self-awareness as to I'm saying one thing, I'm doing another thing, I want to do this, I don't want to do this. And I feel like once you have that self-awareness, that's when the bells are going to go off. That's when the lights go off. That's when that knowledge is going to go off, that it's going to make sense for you. And that's why you need to ask yourself questions, right? I knew that for me, with my legs, I'm saying yes, my hands, I'm saying no. So for you, what is it that you're doing? What is your yes and your no? Asking yourself those questions. And to say, well, what are the things that are pushing me forward, but what are the things that are holding me back? And once you ask yourself those questions, you'll have that clarity and you say, okay, now I know what I need to work on. No, now I know what I need to focus on. And that's invaluable information, is when you realize that. And that's how you can approach other things in your life. That if you're not getting the results that you want, and you're not getting to where you want to go, or it's not as smooth, or it's not happening the way that you want, is to be aware of, okay, what are the signals that I'm giving out? Same with relationships. What are the signals that I'm giving out? Am I saying one thing and doing another thing, right? Am I saying one thing? Am I acting a different way? So I feel like that's very valuable information for you. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.